Hello worm farmers! Welcome back to the Brown Homestead. My name is Sonia, I'm a volunteer here. And if you've been following along in our vermicomposting or worm composting series, then you'll know that last video we built the bin and we introduced our worms. This video we're going to talk about feeding them and how to take care of them. When you introduce your worms to the bin, let them settle in for at least a week just to monitor the moisture levels. And in general, you want the bedding to feel like a wrung out sponge, and the temperature should be about 20 degrees Celsius, give or take a few degrees. At this point, you can get them on a regular feeding schedule. So let's just go over some of the stuff you should include, limit, and avoid when feeding them. So we've got a green light on your food scraps, peels, that kind of thing. Eggshells, coffee grounds, excellent, they love coffee grounds. Tea, loose tea, they love that too. Spent paper towels, you use your paper towel, toss it in there. Newsprint, that's good, shred it up, throw that in there. Bits of cardboard, shred that up, put that in there, they love that too. You want a little mix of greens and browns, greens being your wet stuff and browns being your dry stuff. So you want to maintain that moisture level. What else have we got? You can do a little bit of bread and pasta and rice. Cooked bread, pasta, and rice, and not too much. So like with anything, you want a good variety, not too much of any one thing. It's an amber light on things like yogurt. Generally, you wouldn't put dairy in there, but yogurt it seems to be okay. Grass clippings, tea bags. You just have to be careful that the tea bags aren't plasticized, because some look like they're paper, but they're not. And also citrus peels. You can put citrus peels, just not too many. The occasional citrus peel is okay. The worms just don't care for it, so it's going to take a long time for them to work on it. Big red light on meat, dairy. I know I said yogurt. A little bit of yogurt is fine, but cheese and stuff like that, no. No spicy. Ginger, garlic, onions. The worms don't like it. You have to remember that their whole body is basically like one mucous membrane, and they're really sensitive to that, so just generally avoid it. No pet waste and no glossy paper, so no magazine paper, and you should be good. Worms like a variety on their plate, so gather a good mix of food waste. You'll want a good mix of things, chop it into small pieces, or if you like, you can just use a blender and make it into a smoothie. For 1 pound of worms, you'll be feeding them approximately 2 yogurt containers worth of food. As a general rule of thumb, red wigglers can eat their own weight in food every day. So keep that in mind when you're feeding them once or twice a week. Feed them a little less at first and monitor how quickly they're going through it. Place the worm food in a different spot in the bin each time. Bury it about 2 to 3 inches into the bedding, cover it, and mark it so that you know where you put it. Try to fluff the bedding as you go to keep it from compacting at the bottom. For better fluffing, you may find it easier to feed on one side of the bin for 2 weeks. The worms will migrate to that side of the bin, and you can fluff the other side without disturbing them too much, then alternate to do the other side. Stay tuned. Watch for our next video when we're going to talk about harvesting, and we'll show you next steps. Thanks for following along with us, and bye from the Brown Homestead for now.